Recognize myself for 5 minutes. Thank you all again for being here. I know it's been a long day. In 2008, there were 64 state-chartered banks in Montana. Now today, there are only 36, almost half. The situation nationwide is not much better. The vast majority of these banks that left the business were small community banks, with crushing regulations being the primary factor. Now, as we've covered throughout this hearing, there are many challenges that prevent new banks from forming or lead to mergers or closures of existing banks. Now, that's particularly devastating for rural communities like Montana's 2nd District, which I proudly represent. So Montana is a heavy producer of cattle, of wheat. It's the #1 producer of lentils in the United States. And Montana banks support over 24,000 small farm loans across the state. Now, these are the family farms that put food on our tables and clothes on our backs, and the biggest obstacle community banks face from examiners is not safety and soundness, but the Bank Secrecy Act and the anti-money laundering laws. These laws have a role in preventing fraud, but are now far past the point of common sense. One bank in Montana with about $800 million in assets has 6 full-time employees doing compliance, roughly half of which is just spent on the BSA and the AML. So my first question, Ms. Owen or Mr. Kennedy, can you, either one of you, talk about the difficulties community banks face with our outdated BSA and AML laws?
I'll start. We have 4 BSA officers, and I'm just under $500 million in size. We do a lot of reporting, as was mentioned earlier, on transactions of $10,000 or more. We never get any feedback back from FinCEN.
So do these regulations make opening new accounts for customers difficult as well?
Absolutely. It takes a lot more time. You can't come in and quickly open an account. You might as well plan to be there for a while.
Thank you. Ms. Romero-Rainey, what should Congress do to fix this?
So first, we need to start with the thresholds. As we've discussed here today, the CTR thresholds that Ms. Owens just referenced were created in the 70s and have not been revisited or indexed since then. So I think there's a real easy and simple fix if there's such a thing, but it's a great place to start.
Right. So thank you for these responses. It's clear that lawmakers and regulators need to do much more to ease the burden on our small banks. No one's hurt more by bank closures than the communities they serve. So I yield back. Thank you.